Okay, so a couple of videos back, I did a mod on my keyboard right here where I changed the switches in it from the Kailh Browns that came stock to the Gateron Browns. So that's the Kailh right there, and these are Gateron Browns. At the time, I only bought about 50 switches because I wasn't sure if I would like the Gaterons, and so to open myself up to more switch options in the future, well, I did this. So today's the day I'll be continuing with the mod, as I'll be replacing about 25 switches on this keyboard with the switches in this bag, which are the Kailh Box Browns, which I actually have heard quite a lot of good things about. Yeah. Since I only have about 25 switches, I think what I'm going to be doing is replacing the keys on the numpad area right here, because I actually do use the numpad pretty often, as well as the arrow keys, because these kind of feel a bit disgusting to me right now. I'll maybe also change the escape key, the tilde, the tab, and the caps lock keys, as these are also still using the Kailh Browns. Now, aside from changing these switches to the newer ones, what I'm also going to be doing is changing the RGB LEDs on some of these keys, like the shift key right here, where I don't know if you can tell the green LED has died. The I key here, which also looks like it has a dead green LED. The 9 key here, which looks like it has a green and blue dead, and the O key, which has a blue dead LED. And of course, these top 3 keys right here. These don't actually have an LED inside of them because they were also flawed, and so I thought to myself, what's the point of soldering back faulty LEDs? So yeah, as I showed you before, if you look underneath them, you won't actually see any LEDs underneath them. So today we'll be changing these switches as well as these RGB LEDs. I've also got a new tool in my hands today that I'll be using. It's this desoldering pump here that does the work of heating up the solder as well as pumping it out. What's really interesting about this guy is that it's actually got a button on the side here that when you press on it, sucks the molten solder out, and then you can kind of bring it over elsewhere, like say maybe anywhere else on my mat, and just let go of the button and it'll spit it out. It's pretty cool as it's automatic. There's no need to constantly keep pressing the plunger down, and there's no need to worry about the insides of the tubes getting clogged with solder bits. I've read some people say that this doesn't get hot enough. I'm not too sure if it's a 110 volt, 240 volt thing, because here in Malaysia we're using 240 volt, but I've tested it out and it's been amazing for me. So if you're interested in getting one for yourself, I'll leave a link for that in the description down below. The same goes for the RGB LEDs that I'm using in this repair and the Kailh Box Browns. Alright, enough delaying, let's get to actually fixing up the keyboard. Just like before, I take off all of these screws down the bottom. My electric screwdriver makes short work of this, then separate the bottom half of the keyboard, and then from there I start to take note of which keys I'd like to remove. I'm pretty much going to be replacing 25 keys together with their LEDs, as well as 3 other LED lights, so with each switch having 6 joints, that's about what? 150 joints? Yeah, you can really see how my nifty little desoldering pump comes in handy and makes short work of them easy peasy. I removed the older switches with their LEDs by using a pair of tweezers to press on the clips on the top and bottom, then lifting them off, set the new switch in place, then replace any still working LEDs back in. As for the ones with the broken LEDs, well, I just remove the LEDs and stick new ones in. Once that's done, I fire up my soldering station. I'm using a Kasadi 936 station, which is like a Weller clone, I believe. I set that to about 300 Celsius. Then for each joint, Hi, Future Yang here, now with the Gateron switches that I talked about. I installed the new Gateron switches back in place, which is pretty easy since they're pretty much clip in. Stick the RGB LEDs in as well, making sure that they're oriented correctly, then flip the board over and solder back the joints one by one. When I'm done, I plug the board back in, close it off and screw it back down, then replace the keycaps. The mod is a success and it's looking pretty spiffy as the keyboard is now fully Gateron with all the RGB LEDs working. My keyboard is starting to show its age though, so I think that the next time that something goes wrong with it, I'm just gonna retire this guy altogether. If you guys have any good recommendations for good mechanical keyboards, let me know down in the description below. As for the Kailh Box Browns, I instead use them in my Kemove 61 Snowfox that I have, and that keyboard is pretty cool because I don't need to solder or desolder anything. I just remove and replace the keys, and yeah, it's really such a cool keyboard. You can check out my review of it in the top right corner. The Kailh Box Browns are really nice switches, and compared to the Gaterons, they have a slightly heavier actuation force, are clickier in terms of both sound and physical feedback, especially for brown switches. The box-shaped plungers also lend themselves to better key stability with a lot less key wobbling. Here's how they sound like. They're definitely not a bad switch and feel crispier compared to the Gaterons. I'm just not sure if I like it being a bit louder in terms of my preference. As mentioned before, I will leave a link for them down in the description below. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for this video. By all means, it's more about finishing what I had started before while also covering more of the tools, techniques and parts that I used. As always, you guys can like the video if you liked it, drop any of your comments down below, share it if you found it helpful, and don't forget to subscribe and stay notified for any future videos with the bell icon. My name is Yang, the Tech Rodent, and I will catch you guys in the next video.